my career in the skincare industry, I've had the privilege of working with some of the best plastic surgeons and professors in South Africa. And one of the plastic surgeons I probably worked the most with and the closest with was Dr. Chetan Patel, who's now moved to the Cape, and I'm in Johannesburg, so I don't get to see him that often anymore. But one of the most fascinating procedures I was just watching what he was performing was a Bleph or a Blepharoplasty, which is where they cut off excess skin at the top lid, and they could also of course be at the bottom. Now this patient wanted excess skin cut off on the top, and she was quite hollow and sunken in at the bottom, so she wanted to have a little bit of fat transference, so fat taken out of her body and then put in underneath the eyes. So what Dr. Chetan did is, of course, the patient arrived, everything was booked, and he firstly removed the fat, good quality fat from her tummy area, and he then put that in a centrifuge, and he would then spin that, because he was explaining to me he needs to take the good fat to inject into the skin. Then, of course, the patient is now under, and he then made little incisions, and the piece of skin that he cut off is tiny, tiny, tiny amount, but the shape of it almost looked like the shape of a chicken breast. And so he would cut it, and then he would just cauterize, and then he would stitch it up in the fold. So when the patient would open her eyes, it would obviously sit in the little fold, so you can't even see the scar. He did that obviously both eyes, and then at that stage, after he stitched up the top eyelids, he then injected the fat underneath the eyes to give her the volume back. And that was the procedure. It was so quick, it was so easy, it was fascinating to watch. And I was blown away, at just how you can transfer the eye area with something as simple as a little bit of surgery. And there wasn't a lot of skin that was removed, because obviously you still need to be able to close your eyelid. At the end of the day though, when you decide to do these type of things, make sure you go to a really good, reputable doctor, because of course it is surgery. So you want to make sure that you are in good hands.